parents where I know I'll be able to, again, kind of stop and go, is this working for you? Like, really, if I'm doing this with another parent, what are they going to be thinking? And I know I can go to that higher level with her.
Sure.
Because she's just like coworker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see. I just want to make sure I cover everything. So, how will the strategy promote a culture of inclusion in your classroom?
Culture of inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I think the biggest thing, and this was actually something I think just was kind of clicking with me today for some reason. I don't even know why it jumped in my head today, but I was thinking of a child in my class and thinking, oh, maybe that would be a good parent to be one of the three also. And it is a parent who has a child with an IEP. And I think that's what really struck me when I was going through those Pyramid Plus trainings, of wanting to know what it was that parents really wanted for their kids. Because the only time we really saw example of parents really sharing what they wanted for their kids were parents with children with special needs. And they're saying, I really just want my kid to be able to fit in, you know? And I think as teachers, we can kind of get trapped in with those kids of, they have an IEP for speech, and so all our goals need to be around speech, without thinking, what does the parent really want? And maybe speech isn't even the most important goal for this parent right now. Maybe it's about having a friend. And we can have those speech goals on the back, and those speech goals will definitely help that, but there needs to be a specific goal for that child to have those inclusion things that the parents are wanting. So that was kind of what sparked my interest in this in the first place, and thinking that parents without special needs have desires and dreams for their kids too.
Right.
And how do they ever really get to think about those or share those?
So am I right that sometimes we have preconceived ideas about what parents' answers might be, or what their needs are, and then we find out differently through these kinds of...
Or we just get boxed into what we're teaching, and what our goals for the child is always about what T.S. Gold says they should be, what Ecker says they should be, what Colorado State Standards says they should be, and all those different little people, and we don't think, wow, what does the parent want them to be? You know, maybe for the parent it's about learning a second language. Maybe for the parent it's about holding on to a language.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah, those kinds of things, you know.
Are there any others? So you mentioned inclusion with a child with an IEP. Are there any others that you can think of?
Yeah, because I also think that as we're asking parents who don't have children with an IEP, that we might discover inclusion things that we never even thought about before. It might be a cultural inclusion, it might be a religious inclusion, it might be family heritage, it might be traditions, you know, different kinds of things like that.
Okay. All right, and so looking at this plan, I just want to make sure we've thought of everything. Just a couple more questions. Where would you like to have the interview take place?
I would like to do it in my classroom, just because the parents already have a lot of familiarity with the classroom and coming in for family nights and things like that. And if they end up needing to bring their child, there'll be a place where where their child feels comfortable and where they can play. Okay.
So is this then during regular business hours?
It would be after school.
Oh, after school, okay.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll be class time. So I would do it after school when the children are home.
Okay.
Or on a Friday when we don't have the children here.
Okay. Okay, so how do you feel about this plan? Do you feel like there's anything missing? Just anything that you can think of that I can do to make it as smooth as possible and meet your learning style as I model?
I can't think of anything.
Okay, great. All right, then we will continue with the modeling activity.
All right, sounds good.
How am I doing on time? You have to leave at 5.
Are we done?
Oh, we're done, yeah.